Hey guys, this is 91 Extreme RT with my first impressions on Star Wars: The Old Republic. There's a few bad things about it, and there's quite a few good things. Start off with the bad things. No settings import. Like you find on many other games like Rift or any current MMOs, that you can import your settings and keybinds from other characters to your current one. On here, you pretty much have to go through the whole 10-minute procedure of resetting everything the way you like it, all your keybinds, and whether it's graphic settings or anything like that. So it's kind of a hindrance, but not a big issue. Another thing, companions are sporadic and they bug out a lot. They get lost, they'll die, then come back to life, and die and come back to life, just at random. It's not a major issue, but it can be quite annoying. Sometimes they don't quite follow you the way you want them to, and they can get you killed. But overall, there's still a big help, and it isn't a major issue, and I'm sure it'll be addressed in the future. One thing that really got to me, probably the most out of anything, compared to the games I've played a lot, like Rift and World of Warcraft, the maps are really linear, especially the starter maps. The later maps in the higher levels, not so much, but the earlier maps is pretty much you have to take one certain path to a designation. There really isn't a lot of open worldness about it. And it gets rather frustrating when you think, oh, I'm just gonna scale this mountain or something to get to where I gotta go. Well, that isn't the case. You end up finding yourself in dead ends, or dropping down into a ravine filled with a bunch of gold level elites, and you get your ass kicked. That's happened to me more than 5 times. Another thing, especially in the lower levels, because I've played up to level 20 on my Inquisitor, there's limited skills. I mean, there's useful skills, but there's some not so much, and you're pretty much left with the same basic skills for 5, 10, 15 levels at a time. Like I spec Sorcerer with my Inquisitor, and up until level 20, from level 10 to level 20, I pretty much had the same exact 2 healing spells the entire time, and they both have pretty long casts on them, and it's not really an enjoyment to play. And I also noticed that random attacks, like not even like solid interrupts like you find mostly like PvP, random attacks can cancel your heals quite often, and it gets rather frustrating. It'd be nice if they had 1 or 2 extra skills in there, something you could play with, like a really small instant cast or something like that. But so far there is no such thing. That's about it for the things I dislike about the game. Now for the list of things I find are really nice. First off, dialogue choices. If any of you have played Dragon Age and love the dialogue from there, this game pretty much follows the same lines. You choose your own path. Ultimately, it'll still get you to the same place. It's just that some choices will lead you more to the dark side or more to the light side. And based on that, you can get certain pieces of gear depending on what side you go towards. Mostly gear-wise. Gear and like little perks, I guess. Not like usable perks, but just little things like social stuff and this and that. But it has a very Dragon Age-esque feel to it, and which I really enjoy. Another thing, graphics. Graphics are pretty amazing. At first glance, they seem really, I don't know how to put it, like drywallish. Like everything seems like really flat. Well, especially in the big towns, like everything just seems kind of like a flat, palletish, single color concrete thing. It's pretty. It seems pretty boring and flat and uneventful. Smash. Yeah, let's take that. Anyways, but other than that, like you get out in the open world into like the grasslands or woods and stuff. I mean, it is extremely detailed. not detailed to the point like in Rift where you could like really zoom up in something and see every little bit of detail into it in the depth. But you know, from 5 feet away, it looks pretty damn good. And that's pretty much what matters, because unless you're staring at, you know, zooming into the ground the entire time, looking at all the pixels, I mean, you ain't gonna notice it. Looks fine from here, you zoom in, it's all pixelated. But that's just me nitpicking. Quests. Fun quests. That is probably the key to any game to make it fun, is the fun quests. Pretty much all the quests, they keep you all in the same zone, like all the side quests keep you in the same zone and area as your main quest, so you don't have to go traveling a draconic amount of distances between individual quests. They pretty much streamline them all together, so it's pretty nice and works out fairly well for this game. And it makes it a lot more enjoyable. Another thing, there's a pretty good respawn rate on the monsters and on the farmable stuff for like the crafting professions and stuff. As you can see, I'm just roaming around this area right here and, you know, just making this small little loop right here, and everything's respawning. So I mean, it's good for people that like to grind, and you know, it makes it a little more fun. Especially when your zone has a lot of people in the questing. You don't have to wait 5, 10, 15 minutes for stuff to respawn to get your quest done. They offer plenty of mobs and fast enough respawn rate to where, you know, it's not respawning too fast to where you can't loot stuff before it respawns again, but just fast enough so you can get your quest done along with the guy in front of you. Another good thing would be group quests. Like the heroic zones, where you gotta take between 2 and 5 people to help you get a quest done. That I really enjoy, because they're close to flight pass or whatever you want to call them. So you can get a team together and you can be ready to go within a minute or two and knock out these higher level elite mobs and get some good EXP and loot. Same thing with the dungeons too. I mean, people are usually pretty quick to want to join a group for dungeons, and although there is no LFG tool for it, it is pretty damn quick. I mean, you can find a group in a hurry. I mean, it's one thing that I really enjoy about it, because I don't like having to wait there like a lot of people would, you know, realize from like World of Warcraft, is that sometimes you spend 40, 45 minutes, an hour waiting in queue for a dungeon just to have it, you know, get with a failed group right off the bat. Here you pretty much make your own group, and you know, you can get stuff done a lot faster. There's a lot less waiting around. Let's see here, PvP. PvP is fun, you know, because PvP is PvP. I mean, it really doesn't change too much game to game. They add some different things, have capture the flag, or it's like in Rift, you know, capture the source stone, return it to your base type of thing. Here they have kind of like, the closest thing I can think of it would be like a rugby style, you know, game that you pretty much do for PvP that you can start doing at level 10. Pretty much your team gets the ball and you gotta throw it past the goal line. You can throw it to teammates and stuff like that. And pretty much you just gotta, you know, if the other team has the ball, you pretty much just gotta take them down. So it's pretty much along the same PvP concepts, just little different ideas implanted into it. Another thing I like about the PvP is that does have an LFG system, and you pretty much get almost an instant queue. All the way up until I got to level 20, I PvP'd quite a bit. I don't think I've ever waited longer than 1 minute to get into a match, which was pretty nice, because that was another thing I hated doing. I mean, I don't PvP often. I'm really good at it, but I find it kind of boring. But when I do want to PvP, I don't want to sit there in town waiting for an extraordinary amount of time just to go smash some faces. You know, if I want to smash faces, I want to do it now. And this game pretty much delivers on that. I think it's mostly in part due to the fact that they pretty much scale everybody to everybody else. I don't know how to really explain it, but pretty much you can have a level 20 and a level 50 in the same PvP match, and it'll scale your armor and hit points and everything to match everybody else in the round. So that's a nice feature, which greatly improves the queue times for PvP and the such. Let's see here. Last thing I want to get to about that I really enjoy is space battles. Space battles are amazing. Not only are they fun, they're not only are they fun, they're really fairly simple to do. You get, in my opinion, an extravagant amount of EXP for them. I tried them out for the first time after I got my ship. I did space battles for an hour and I got almost a level and a half. Like, I went from level, I think it was 17 to like 18 and a half within an hour, which is a hell of a lot faster than the rate I was going at questing. So the EXP is good. You don't get a hell of a lot of money for doing them, but they're really fun. It's just to take the, you know, grind out of the game, I guess. It's pretty much like a fun little mini game. You get commendations, you get upgrades for your ship, and ship does more damage, get better blasters, more shields, and the more you do, the more fun it becomes, because, you know, you're upgrading your ship and this and that. So instead of having to worry about gear out your character and quest and grind and listen to, you know, people tell you about their life problems and stuff in quest, you can just go and destroy some shit out in space, which I really enjoy, which reason why I made 5 videos of it so far on my YouTube channel. But yeah, that pretty much outlines it. On my list of bad versus good, it's pretty much a 1 to 2. It's better than 2 to 1. A lot less bad things than there are good things, which is good. There's a lot of things that this MMO is missing for being 2010 plus or new age MMO. There's a lot of basic things it's missing, but I'm pretty sure they will address that in future patches. I don't expect this game to be as fast with the quality content as, let's say, Rift is, but we'll see. Rift is pretty much what I hold to the standard of a, you know, new age MMO, and the quality of content release, the rate of content release, and the overall how well the Rift or the game developer community interacts with their paying customers, the community. Pretty much Rift is the standard for that right now, and if I do more videos, that's what I'll pretty much compare it to. But so far, with this being BioWare's first MMO, they did pretty good on it. It's a fairly polished game. There's quite a few bugs I ran into, but no game's going to be 100% polished at release. There's some things they're missing, but again, it is a new MMO, and I do expect this, you know, to be around for a while, especially with the Star Wars fans. I'm not particularly a Star Wars fan, but I am a big fan of BioWare and the Dragon Age series, and that's why I got this game. And everything that I thought the game would be, it is. It is missing some MMO basic things, but it is what I thought it was going to be. So I'm not, you know, overly pleased. I'm not disappointed. I'm pretty much neutral on it. I'm happy with it, and that's my conclusion for it. So thanks for listening in, and check out my channel. I have a lot of Skyrim, Diablo 3 beta videos, some Star Wars videos. Upon request, I can do some more Rift videos, because I do a lot of raiding in Rift. Yeah, pretty much anything you request from any of the games I play, I can make it within 24 hours. So, yep, guess I'll catch you guys later.